Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome you all in PIST Virtual Learning System Session 2020. Hope you are fine and enjoying your virtual learning classes. Dear students, this lecture is for grade first year, boys and girls, subject computer science, and we are on chapter number 8, database development, and this is our 50th video lecture. So today we are going to discuss database objects, then creating and saving a database, then working with tables. So today we will start some practical in MS Access and working with tables. We will create tables, the database object. The first and the most important database object is table. So first of all, what is database object? A database object is any aspect of a database that you can use to manipulate or hold data. In other words, that covers a wide variety of objects. A database object is any defined object in a database that is used to store or reference data. Anything which we make from create command is known as database object. It can be used to hold and manipulate the data. A database object in a relational database is a data structure used to either store or reference data. The most common object that people interact with is the table. Other objects are indexes, stored procedures, sequences, views, and many more. Like we have the basic objects like forms, queries. So basic database objects. The following are the main objects used in Access: tables, forms, then queries, and then reports. So these four are the basic and the main objects used in MS Access: tables, forms, here, tables, forms, reports, and queries. Tables, in Access, tables are used to store the information of database in one or more tables. Then forms is a window that is used to view, modify, or deleting data that is stored in tables. Queries are used to gather selected information from a database and organize it. And the reports are used for printing information from a database. Tables define and store data. Basically, tables in Access stores all the information of database in one or more tables. Information stored in table is very similar to the Excel worksheet. Information in table is organized in rows and columns. Then queries. Queries provides a custom view of data from one or more tables. So queries are used to gather selected information from a database and organize it either for use in report or for viewing on screen. A query can combine information from multiple tables. So query is an object which is used to retrieve data from the table. Then forms provide a convenient way to enter, display, or print your data. So forms basically are used, a form is a window that is used for viewing, modifying, or deleting data that is stored in tables and for editing new data. It's a graphical representation and user can interact with the help of forms. Then report presents selected data in attractive fashion. Reports are used for printing information from a database. A report can combine data from more than one table. So it's a report can be used for printing purpose. So here suppose you have a database. In a database, the source data is table. The table is a logical form in which your data is organized in the form of columns and rows, and set of related data is stored in tables. Then forms, queries, and reports. These three objects always based on tables. So basic structure is table. Table is used to hold your data in database in the form of columns and rows. Your forms, queries, and reports always based on tables. So forms are basically a graphical user interface used to enter and view your data. With the help of forms, you can interact with your database. You can enter your required data, you can retrieve your required data, you can add, delete, and modify your data with the help of forms. Then queries, data resulting from questions you ask of table. So query always used to retrieve your data from the table. So you can give any criteria and you can write your question and query by using a SQL structured query language, and you can retrieve your data from the table and database. Then report, present data in a formatted, organized summary suitable for printing. So it reports basically is a presentable form and the printed form which you can use to print and the present your data in graphical form and in printed form. Creating and saving an Access database. So dear students, now we will start. The first step in creating an Access database is to create a blank database file. This done from the getting started window when you run the Access program. The file is saved in one of the folder of your computer which you specify. So let's start with the practical in MS Access 2007. So first of all, you can launch your MS Access, click on a start button, then all programs. In all programs, select Microsoft Office. In Microsoft Office, you have Microsoft Access 2007. You can select Microsoft Office Access 2007 from all programs and Microsoft Office. Click on Microsoft Office Access 2007 to launch Access 2007 and display the getting started with Microsoft Office Access. So here you can view on your screen, this is a Microsoft Access getting started with Microsoft Access window. So first of all, here you can select a blank database, the icon, the blank database. The icon is on the top left of the getting started with Microsoft Access screen. Click the blank database icon to bring the blank database sidebar on the right side of your screen. So on the right side of your screen here, you can view a blank database. So enter a file name for database file here. Click the folder icon. Click here the folder icon and browse for selecting location for saving your database. So from here, the folder icon, you can select the location where you want to save your database. Suppose here in my documents you want to save, so select the location, press the OK button, and then here you can specify the name of the database. Suppose we are going to make a student database. So type the file name and press create button. Click the create button to create and save your database. So the database you just created will open for you to work on after creation. Here now you are in your database main screen. Here at the top you can view, we have the title bar. In the title bar you can view the name of your database. Here we have home, create, external data, and when we talk about the database object, so in create we have database object. So first of all, we will start with working with tables. Working with tables, like all relational database, Access stores data in tables. So each horizontal row represent a record and vertical column represent a table field. Each row of table is a record of a particular person, item, and product, anything. So we are going to create a student database management system. Suppose we are going to create a student database management system. This database consists of two tables, a form, queries, and a report. The two tables are student table and result table. So here we are going to create a student management system, and this student management system consists of two tables, students table and the result table. Student table will store students information and result table will store their results of various examination throughout the year. So how you can create the student table? So click the create tab. Here we have a create tab. So here click table design icon. Here we have a table design icon in the table. Click to bring the table design grid show. You can view on your screen. So by pressing this button here, you have created one more table, table 1. By default you have, and now you have table 2. Here you can view table 1 and table 2. So here we have student ID, add new field. So you can directly work here also. You can give, you can rename your field and the column. But the professional way is to go in design view by pressing this view, datasheet view and design view. To create a table, we have two view, datasheet view and design view. This available view is datasheet view, which you can view on your screen. So this is datasheet view, just look like a Microsoft Excel. And this is your design view. In design view, you can, first of all, you can specify the name of the table. Suppose we are going to create the students. Press OK. This is your table name, students. Now here you can specify the field name and data type. So field name here, you can specify, suppose student ID. You want to specify student ID. Without giving any space, you can specify the field name and then choose the data type. Data type, click here, the small button will available. From this you can select the data types. So in data type, there are 7 types of field data types which are commonly used in MS Access: text, memo, date and time, currency, auto number, yes, no, OLE object, hyperlink, attachment, and lookup visit. So auto number basically is used to generate the auto number automatically. An auto number field is a numeric long integer value that Access automatically fills in for each new record you add to table. So it will generate automatically new number whenever you will enter the new record. So automatically it will generate a new number. Then we have text. So text data types are most common, and it is used to assign, Access assign text as a default data type. A text field can contain as many as 25 character, and uh, you can select text data type. Here you can choose the further options, the field size, the format, and you can specify the maximum length. And Access assign default length of 50 character. Default length is 50 character. Then you can choose the memo field. This is contain characters like 65,535. So this is a maximum length. And if you want to type the long field and the more description, then you can choose this. Then here we have a number. It is used for the numeric data, and this field properties is used to specify the number. You can assign any number in any format, choose the appropriate data subtype by selecting one of the field size property. You can specify how to display the number by setting its format property. So here we have a field size, long integer, short integer. You can choose any type, byte, single, double, and decimal. And then you can choose the position, auto, its format. You can choose the format, in which format you want to specify it, in currency, in the journal number, fixed number, percentage, and scientific. Then we have a date and time. Date and time are used. Dates and times are stored in the specific fixed format. The date is represented by the whole number portion of the date and time value, and the time is represented by its decimal fraction. You control how access display dates by selecting one of the date and time format properties. And here you can select the format, in which format you want to display the date and time. There are the different formats are available. You can set any format, the short format, medium format, long, short, journal date and time. Okay. Then we have next data type, that is a currency. The currency basically is used to save your, sometimes you want to save your data type in the form of a currency. So currency is a special fixed format with 4 decimal places designed to prevent rounding errors that would affect accounting operation where the value must match to the penny. So this is a currency data type which you can use. So these are the basic data types which you can use. For the student ID number, we can set the auto number and the number as well. So student ID is a primary key in this table. This small key indicates that it's a primary key. This is a primary key, student ID, and you can use this primary key as a foreign key in the. So now here in the next row, you can type the student name, like student name. So you can specify the data type text, then click on the cell below, and after the student name, you can specify the class, give data type text as well, then click below to the class and type date of birth. The short term you can use DOB, date of birth. So here you can specify data type as a date and time. Okay, so in after inserting date of birth, so you can basically, the first is student ID, that is your primary key. Click on a cell on the right side of the select data type. Here by selecting this, you can insert the primary key, enter, press this button, so you can assign the primary key the student ID. Then you can come to the next row below to the student ID, then give the next column and the attribute name, that is student name. Give the data type is text, and then class, date of birth, and mention date and time. After selecting the date and time data type for date of birth, click on the cell on the right side of format in the field properties. So you can choose the format of the date of birth which you want to specify, journal date and long, or medium, short. So here you can use like short date, date and date of birth format. So before you save the table, choose the primary key. It is compulsory because we can use this primary key as a reference key to the another table. So select student ID row by clicking on it, click the primary key by pressing this button, then save the table, and we have created 3 and 4 columns. So just save your table, and you can view your table by pressing this button. Save this. So here you can view, this is your data sheet view, and now here you can enter the ID. Suppose we enter the student record 1, the student name. Suppose we have typed here in design view, you can go and set the data type. Here we set the number, and here we can set the field size. It should be integer, not currency. The format should not be currency. It's a journal number, and then press the save and then come back into the view. So here enter the 2, and again you can enter the next record. Like this, you can enter your data and your code. new record. This static means that it's a new record. So you can enter your new record by moving with the help of arrow keys and with the help of mouse. So click cell below the student name and just type the name, and press right key again and enter the date of birth. You can use the arrow keys to move left, right, and up and down. And as soon as data is entered in the student name field of must record, first record, the student ID field automatically get the value 1, and whenever a new record is entered, it is incremented by 1 if you set this data type with the auto number. So whenever you will set this auto number, so it will change and rate automatically number. So but here we give the data type number, so you can type by yourself. Like here you can insert the new record and you can type any name. Yeah. So this is your student table. Okay, this is your student table. You can view on your screen, and you have assigned the primary key on a student ID. So like this, now you can make the second table, that is a result table. So creating a result table, create the result table, go to the design view of this table, give the name result, press OK. Now here you are in design view of your result table. So here you can, first of all, you can specify result ID. Then move the pointer to the data type. Here set the data type auto number. Then come to the below result ID, then examination. Here you can the text. Then come here, after examination you can specify any subjects, like we type maths, it's number, it should be number. Then physics, it should also be number. Then the next, suppose computer, this is also number. So here you can view result ID. This is your second table, that is a result table. The first field is result ID, and result ID is a foreign key field, and it will be used later to link this table with the student table. You can use this result ID as a foreign key in the student table. So table using student ID. You can also create the student table using the student ID primary key. The field size of both student ID and the result ID must be the same, which is long integer or short integer, whatever you want to select. Just give the same name and the same data type and the field name. The second field is examination. Will store the name of the examination, like midterm, final term, second term, like this. The last three fields, maths, physics, and computer, will store the marks of these subjects and their data types. An integer data type is selected for these fields from the field properties. Okay, so in design view, to select the integer data type, click on the cell on the right side for field size. You can choose any properties by selecting the number and long integer, and you can set it according to your requirement. So here you can view your table. Now press this. Here you can view your result ID. So now you can enter your data in result table. So here we have two tables, student and result. Student table and result table. We have two tables, student and result table. Okay, and you can create a relationship between these two tables. How you can create a relationship? With the help of the primary key and the foreign key, you can create a relationship between these two. So dear students, in this lecture we create two tables, students and result. In the next lecture, inshallah, we will continue this topic, by creating the relationship between these two tables, how we can create a relationship with the help of primary key and foreign key. So in next lecture, inshallah, we will continue this. Till then, thank you so much and Allah Hafiz. In next lecture, inshallah, we will continue this practical and create the relationship between these two topics. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.